Welcome back to Greasy Spoon Crockpot Showdown. Today we're heading to Fort Worth, Texas, to visit a place that looks like a simple neighborhood diner, but somehow manages to serve food that makes grown adults question every life decision that led them to eating fast food. We're talking about Fred's Texas Cafe, featured on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, Season 5, Episode 13. This place has been a local favorite for decades, and when Guy Fieri rolled in, he expected burgers. What he found was a cowboy chef driving all the way to New Mexico to buy Hatch green chilies and making one of the most legendary lamb stews ever featured on the show. The mastermind behind this operation is owner Terry Chandler. Terry took over the family restaurant years ago and transformed it from a classic greasy spoon into something that feels like a chuck wagon cookout, collided with a Texas saloon, and somehow everybody won. Guy couldn't believe this cowboy chef was talking about roasting chilies, straining purees, and cooking potatoes al dente. When a Texas cowboy starts casually throwing around Italian cooking terms, you know something interesting is happening. At the restaurant, Terry's green chili lamb stew starts with fresh Hatch green chilies that he personally buys in Hatch, New Mexico when they're in season. The chilies get roasted until blistered and smoky, then pureed and strained. Meanwhile, bacon gets rendered in a giant cast iron pot. Onions and garlic are cooked in the bacon drippings before chunks of lamb are browned. Salt, pepper, cumin, roasted chili puree, water, and potatoes are added before everything simmers together into a rich Southwestern stew loaded with smoky heat and tender lamb. Now, unless you're planning a road trip to New Mexico, hauling home sacks of fresh Hatch chilies, and spending your afternoon babysitting a cast iron pot while pretending you're on a cattle drive, we're going to do this the Greasy Spoon Crockpot Showdown way. Same spirit, same flavors, way less work, significantly less chance of accidentally becoming a cowboy. For our crock-pot version, you'll need 3 pounds of lamb shoulder cut into chunks, 6 slices bacon chopped, 2 large onions diced, 6 cloves garlic minced, 2 cans diced, Hatch green chilies totaling about 14 ounces, 1 tablespoon ground cumin, 1 teaspoon black pepper, 1.5 teaspoons salt, 4 cups chicken broth, 2 pounds Yukon. Gold potatoes cut into chunks, and 1 tablespoon cornstarch mixed with 2 tablespoons water if you want a thicker stew at the end. Start by cooking the bacon in a skillet until crispy. Toss in the onions and cook for about 5 minutes. Add the garlic for 30 seconds. Then brown the lamb in the same pan. Is this absolutely necessary? No. Will your kitchen smell amazing and make everybody think you suddenly know what you're doing? Absolutely. Transfer everything into your crock pot. Add the green chilies, cumin, salt, pepper, chicken broth, and potatoes. Give it a good stir and put the lid on. Cook on low for 8 hours or high for 5 hours. Then go live your life. Watch television. Take a nap. Learn how to say y'all properly. The crock pot is doing the heavy lifting today. About 30 minutes before serving, check the potatoes. They should be tender but not mushy. Terry would be proud. If you want a thicker stew, stir in the cornstarch mixture and let it cook another 20 to 30 minutes. That's it. No cast iron cowboy magic required. When you finally lift the lid, you'll have tender lamb falling apart in a rich green chili broth loaded with smoky Southwestern flavor. The potatoes soak up all that goodness. The bacon adds richness. The cumin gives it warmth. The chilies bring just enough heat to remind you that Texas and New Mexico have been arguing about peppers longer than most people have been alive. Now, is it exactly the same as Terry Chandler's famous lamb stew from Fred's Texas Cafe? Of course not. Terry drove across state lines for his chilies. We're standing in our kitchen wearing pajama pants arguing with a crock pot. But this version still delivers tender lamb, smoky green chili flavor, hearty potatoes, and that same comforting bowl of Texas cowboy cooking that impressed Guy Fieri on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Again, that's what Greasy Spoon Crockpot Showdown is all about. Restaurant inspiration, regular kitchen, minimum stress, maximum payoff.